Welcome back, guys. I know it doesn't look like it, but we need to prep for a pretty significant storm. We've had predictions all over the place, and I know it's a big part of the country supposed to get this storm, but we've had predictions of rain, sleet, ice, 2 feet of snow, 8 inches of snow. So who knows, but it's supposed to be coming tomorrow. So we need to get the animals ready. Whether it comes or not is one thing, but we do know it is going to get down into single digits. So we need to make sure that our animals are taken care of and they can handle the cold weather. For starters, we're going to get them a lot more bedding that they can bed down in and nest in. We use hay. We've talked about it before. A lot of people use straw. Straw is better to keep the moisture down. We have good access to hay. Our pigs like to eat the hay, and so we use hay. So let's load up the truck. Instead of taking the tractor and trailer around, we're going to use the truck today. Our golf cart's in the shop getting fixed, so we've been doing chores with the truck. So we're also going to use it to get some hay. Well, the truck isn't the most efficient piece of equipment to do chores with, but it's what we have. Like I said, the golf cart's getting fixed, and so we've been using the truck. Side by side would be fantastic, but you know what is fantastic? Not paying $15,000 to $20,000 for a side by side and using what you have. So that's what we're doing. Not that to say we won't ever get a side by side, because they're very efficient for farm use especially, but right now we don't want to spend the money. So the truck it is. As long as everything stays kind of frozen, the truck does all right out here on the farm. So first pen, we've got Henry and Delilah. Let's get them some extra bedding. What do you think, bud? Is that gonna work for you? Huh? Is that gonna work? Give me some room, I'll get you some more. There you go. You gonna just eat it? Just gonna eat it? Now, these animals are definitely more resilient than humans, at least me, but they still need a dry, you saying hi? They still need a nice dry space, and they like to get up under that hay when it gets really cold. Make sure you don't eat it all right? And so, as long as it's dry and out of the wind and rain, your animals will do quite well. So, you don't need to worry. A lot of people have been asking us, do I need to move them into a barn? What do I need to do with the pigs? Well, like I said, they're resilient. They will do fine. I think moving them into a barn would probably be a bad idea, just because they'd get used to maybe it being warmer than it is. But as long as there's somewhere dry and out of the wind, they will be good. And as always, our pigs are with buddies, so they're never by themselves, and they've got that other body heat or piggy heat to keep them all warm. All right, back here with Big Phil and Peggy, and they got plenty. Like I said, always have a buddy with your pigs. They'll do fine. They'll snuggle up. They'll get up under this hay and be just fine. That's why we're putting extra. We want them to be able to get up under it if they want to. You got to scoot over, bud. And anything extra when we clean out, we'll just throw out here, and it'll help this grass grow in the spring. So you see these guys are in here wanting to eat a lot of it. How you doing, Phil? Have you got the job done yet? No updates on Peggy. Haven't seen any breeding, but also we haven't noticed her coming to heat, so it could be done already. So one side of the farm done. Actually, it's not. We got one more. Well, I thought we were done, but one more on this side. Leonard and Connie. And this is more than I would normally put in for these guys, but like I said, I'm not worried about the snow, not really worried about the freezing rain because they can get in here and get dry. I'm more worried about the colder temperatures, and I'm not worried, but that's why we're getting so much more hay. So there's Connie and Leonard. Like I said, you throw it in here, let them do the work, and then everything should be fine. So now we're done on this side. Let's go reload. We've got 5 pig loose and 1 pen to get some extra hay. All right, let's go finish up. All right, heading to the other side. You can see Uncle Ken in the tractor. He is still here and we are still clearing out the woods. So before we leave today, I'll take you back there and show you the progress that we've made. But we are on to our next pen, and that is Gordon and Joyce and Corey. So let's get them some bedding. All right, here is 2 pigs that I do not worry about them getting out, and that is Cheryl. Cheryl, what are you doing? Sticking your snout through the fence there, huh? Cheryl and Smitten, they've got a little hay in there, but we're gonna add just a little bit more. Y'all can come out if you want. They need a little, just a little refresher. Come on. Here, pig. Come on. They'll prove me wrong. There goes Smitten. Come on, Cheryl. Come on. Well, maybe I do worry about them getting out now. At least one of them. They've got a nice little nest in here. Yes, you do. There you go. We got some more hay. Is that going to work for you? Is that going to work for you, huh? Excited to see Cheryl get bigger and bigger and soon be a breeder. So I lied. Smitten, come on. Let me shut this so Cheryl don't come out any farther. Smitty, hey. Come on, pig. Of course, I don't have any food with me. Smitten, where are you going? Come on. Come on. Let's go. Get that tongue in. Come on, get that tongue in and let's go. Let's get her back in. Come on. Well, she proved me wrong. I do need to worry about her getting out. But we got her back in. Come on. Come on. All right, everybody's back in. Fresh hay, ready to go. All righty. Before we get to our last pen, what are you doing out? Which is the 4 pig loos over there. We are gonna work on the chickens a little bit, and they have been doing great. And this is why, this cold weather coming is why we moved them into the barn. It's been a mild winter, so it's like, almost seemed like a waste. But they do not like to be outside. And if we're raising them in the chickshaws, they just sit in there all day when snow comes and they can't really get out and about. So having them inside is what we've done, and we're happy we've done it because of this cold weather coming. See if I can one hand catch this chicken. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, there's a hole in the fence where they get out. Let's see if she'll go back in. There she goes. We'll get that fixed. But anyway, that is why we have put them inside. So since this weather is going to come, they'll probably spend a little more time in here. We're gonna fluff their bedding, add a little more bedding to it just so it's a little more fresh, since they'll probably be spending more time in here, especially if we get 2 feet of snow. So we'll fluff this up, get some more bedding in. Might as well check our egg count. That's the other reason we like to have them in the winter, because those eggs will not freeze in here. So that's a pretty good bin right there. Let's check our larger flock. Very nice. Hey, who's hoarding all the eggs up here? Y'all hoarding all the eggs? Look at that. Y'all hoarding the eggs. Let them come on down. Let them come on down. All right, let's get this bedding fluffed up. Watch out. All right, now I'll just add 1 bag of fresh shavings and they will be ready to go. Most of it is right underneath the roosting bar, is where most of their poop is, so that is where we'll spread this out. All right, 1 pen done. Let's get the other one. All right, 2 coops are done. They will be good if they have to be not stuck, because we'll open the doors still if they want to go outside, but if it's nasty outside and they don't want to go outside, they've got clean coop to get into. So chickens are good, already back up roosting. Some in, some out. It's 40 degrees. They need to get out there while they can. So on to our last pen of pigs. All right, not the most convenient feeding and doing everything with the truck, especially when it's up here in the 40s and everything is muddy. But these guys are doing fantastic. We'll take you through here and show you their work. Uncle Ken's still busting it out over there, but we got 4 pig loose to add some hay to. So let's open this up and let's get to work. Phew, all right. If you're cold outside, just work harder, but our shelters are ready. You coming in here with me? Nice thing about these shelters is this right here. It has a floor in it. That's why I love these. All of our shelters now have floors in it. We used to do 3-sided shelters without floors, but we put floors in them because when it's wet and cold, it seems like obviously under the shelter, it gets wet and cold too. So best thing about these, don't know if you guys could tell or not, but there is no poop or manure or pee in these shelters. These pigs are smart. They go outside and use the bathroom, and they're actually very clean animals. So we are ready for single digits. All the animals have fresh bedding or new bedding, and they're ready to go. But these guys have been just tearing through this. It might be hard to see on camera, but there is just trails all through these leaves where these snouts have been digging, finding acorns, and doing what pigs are best at. And I show you guys this pen a lot. This is probably my favorite pen. And I think it's just because there are so many pigs in here. What are you guys looking for? What are you looking for? You don't have to run away. Keep working. Keep working. But there are pigs everywhere in here, and we love it. So, like I said, your pigs will be fine outside, no matter the weather, if they can get out of the wind and get out of the rain. And if they're not by themselves, they got body heat from other pigs, and they can get up under that hay and keep themselves warm. So you don't have to bring them in. You can if you want to. Do what's best for your farm, but these guys are hardy and they will do just fine. You're a good looking pig. They will do just fine out in the elements as long as you set them up for success. So y'all checking out the new digs already? Is that enough in there? We can always add more if it ain't enough. Is that enough? Yeah, looks good. So let's go over here. I'll try to put up a video right here of what this used to look like before Uncle Ken and I started clearing out their next section. And it's hard to tell, honestly, if you're not here, but hopefully you'll be able to see a difference. There was stuff everywhere. And we've had 2 fires going just so we didn't have to drag stuff as far. And now we're not done by any means, but some of the hardest stuff, this was just covered with trees. You couldn't even get to our fire. We worked our way through all that. We're taking the big logs that would take forever and we're just putting them out of this area where we are moving pigs, but we're working on this. We want to clean all the way out to our path. These green vines are a pain in the butt. So once we get these bigger logs out of here, all this brush will get burnt and we're going to take the bigger logs out. But once we get all that, we'll just bush hog all these vines and this area will open up very nicely. So it's been a lot of work, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable work. And a lot of it is cleared. They are almost ready for their next pasture. I should say we are almost ready. They've got another couple weeks. They'll be fine up there. But we're gonna take these huge ones and we'll just leave them in here. We can use them as seats. The pigs can use them as scratching posts, but you can see all this is just little stuff. We'll knock all this down and it's may not look like it's close, but it's getting close. So I've got Uncle Ken here till hopefully the start of next week. Although once we get snow and rain and all that stuff, work out here will probably be done for the time being. But it's been awesome. We've been getting a lot done and it's great to have the help. So anyway, all the animals are ready. It feels weird. It feels weird today to be prepping for this, but prep while it's before it comes, not when it gets here. So these animals are ready. We'll be able to sleep at night knowing that our animals are going to be warm and out of the elements. And these guys will be able to sleep knowing that they are, not knowing, but because they're warm, dry, and out of the elements. So anyway, love this pen here. Love having, I think there's 26, somewhere around 26 pigs in here. And it is just enjoyable to be out here with them, spending time with them. They each have their own personality and they're just a great animal. If you haven't seen the video about why we raise coonies, check it out here. Otherwise, we appreciate you guys following along. Don't forget to make the change. Stay safe wherever you're at. We know these storms are widespread and can cause a lot of damage, so stay safe. Don't forget to make the change. We'll see you on the next video. What are you doing, little guy? Actually, little girl. It's almost dinner time. Calm down.